to G, a streetlight request on the corner of Mill Creek and County Highway I. The request was made by a resident in 213, again this year. When a resident requests something to be put on the agenda, we do in fact have to put it on the agenda. It's not anything that was asked for by any of the board members. I have driven that stretch of road frequently. I think my understanding is that the requester was not either one of the houses that would be directly affected. There are a couple of houses there that would be directly affected by a streetlight. We have, as of this point, not been able to contact either of those residents to find out if they would be in support of that. I can tell you from my perspective, if somebody wanted to put a streetlight at the corner of my property, I would not be in favor of it. Is there a motion?
Can we continue the discussion without a motion, or do you want a motion in order to move forward? I'll respect whatever you choose.
We should have a motion and a second in order to continue the discussion.
Fair.
I'll make the motion to approve the streetlight on the corner of Mill Creek and Highway I.
Is there a second?
This may get habit forming. I'll second for discussion purposes only.
Well,
Fair enough? Okay.
the second's going to lead to a vote.
Well, unless you withdraw the motion, it will. Fair enough. I guess a concern that I have about this, I want a second for purpose of discussion. I'm really not prepared to vote in favor of this tonight, and perhaps not against it either. I guess my concern would be I would like to have, not with this specific one, but if we have issues like this come forward, I guess I would like to have somebody give us an objective assessment from a safety perspective. I mean, I don't know whether the sheriff's department or somebody's prepared to do that, and I'm not looking for that tonight, but I guess I would like something more than simply a resident's request and people offering comment on it. I mean, I'd like to have something more substance, whether somebody can make a compelling argument that it is a safety issue or whatever. That's what I'm looking for, and that's why I'm going to have difficulty voting for the motion that I just seconded.
We made the motion because, for two reasons. Number one, I think we owe it to the town resident that asked to have it put on the agenda to give it more thought than just to put it on the agenda and have it die for lack of a motion. I would not be in support of anything until, in particular, the property owner on the southeast corner is contacted for their input. But given all of that, given where we have other streetlights on corners similar to this, and given the traffic flow and the size of the subdivision in Mill Creek, I think it's an appropriate spot for a light. I was surprised at the modest cost for installation and the monthly fee. And quite frankly, it falls well within our budget for street lighting. We have $10,000 budgeted, and so far through the end of August, perhaps even into September, we've used $47,000 of that $10,000. So I think we owe it, though, to the person that made the request, and I don't know who that is, to pursue it. And to me, the next step is a letter from the clerk to the homeowner in particular. I saw the most affected homeowner as just one, and I didn't get the address, but I'm sure the clerk can look it up. But I think that's our next step.
Would you then like to withdraw your motion and direct the clerk to send out a letter to homeowners within the area there?
And the answer to your question is yes, I'll withdraw my motion.
Supervisor Fisher?
Yes, I will withdraw my second.
So I would make a motion that the clerk draft a letter to the homeowner on the southeast corner of Mill Creek and County Trunk I, and any other homeowners in the area that she feels would be affected by a street light around that corner, to let them know that the town board is looking at this option and seeking their input.
I'll second.
Discussion?
I've driven this as well, and I agree, it's dark. Without knowing any background behind it as to why they requested this, I also couldn't vote now for putting it through, but that's not on the table anymore anyways. But I do think we owe it to whoever asked that this be put on the agenda as to their reasons why, and get that before we contact any homeowners and see what the reasoning was. I mean, apparently they brought it up before, so there has to be some type of a reason. I'm never in support of somebody just asking for something on the agenda without any kind of background to it. So I don't know if there is some of that history, or if it's a phone call or a letter to them that can clear it up.
Is the person in attendance this evening?
No.
Okay.
Anything further? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.